have citizens. You can't have citizens if you're not a republic. Those two things are they're needed for each.
Wait, tell me. So speaking about immigration, did the immigration allow an immigrant black rabbi to go to Israel and fight a citizen like Ariel? So if y'all had a Donald Trump, black rabbi would probably be somewhere in Guantanamo Bay. Ariel, how do you feel about that?
How do you feel about it? Now, what do you think about it?
That's pretty good. This is interesting. Yo, could you imagine if Netanyahu was like as vocal as Donald Trump about certain things about immigrations? That story would have been everywhere. Like literally, you have immigrant Americans going to Israel and fighting Israeli citizens. That's a whole nother angle we have to explore the next time we have this conversation. All right. What up, Florence? You've been quiet.
Just listening.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that Jewish citizens now are gonna in America are gonna be afforded the same access that monetarily that black folks have access for years now to the Chamber of Commerce? Their businesses now, like there's no difference. Like, a Jewish person in America, even if they're a billionaire, could access the same programs that poor or upstart black Americans can access monetarily, like getting grants specifically for that. How do you feel about that?
Well, it was never for black people. Everyone always got what they wanted. It was just a facade. So I don't feel any way about it. I think it's time. I think this will make black people wake up and stop fighting for all these different programs and to benefit other people, because that's who benefit from them. We need to do our part.
But this is a new group that's benefiting from it. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's always been a new group. It never was for us. Yeah, they take advantage of whatever they see. That's like juvenile.
So you think that Jewish people take advantage of whatever they see?
Exactly. When they first came here, that's what they did. They was our enemy when they came here. They've taken advantage of everything. They've taken advantage of the whites here as well.
Wow.
How do you know if someone's Jewish or not? Is it by the way that they identify verbally, or how do we know which ones are?
It's the religion. Their religion.
Well, I know, but so to say what you say.
Instead of saying "I love you, Jesus," they say "I love you, Hashem."
Right. So to say that.
So do you love Jesus or Yahshua?
To make what she said factual. How do we know that to be factual?
And do you love Jesus or Yahshua?
Okay, so Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, sir.
Okay, got you. All right. And shout out to anybody that believes in every religion. Every religion is fire.
I believe in the Republic. That's my religion now.
Yeah, this is not. This is. You
call me a Jewish American Mandalorian, because that's exactly what I am. I got a gun on my hip and a Torah on my.
Wait though.
And right next to the Torah is the U.S. Constitution with all of its articles.
Yo,
I love you. James, I didn't realize how good you are at this.
I gotta stop falling for empty rhetoric.
Listen, if y'all think James is trolling, he's been the kid for 4 years.
I've given speeches on national stages with the exact same words.
Hold on. Before I get into this, you should know that this method is going to erase every other options for you somewhere else. This is a complete. When the Samsung sign appears, keep holding both buttons down until you get this menu here. Now use the volume down key to scroll down to Wipe Data Factory Reset, and then use the power button to click on it. Once you're in there, use the volume down key to go down to Factory Data Reset. Click on it using the power button. Once you go back to this screen, just click the power button to reboot your system. Your phone will then restart. This may take a little bit longer than usual, but it will get there eventually, so just leave it alone and go and have a cup of tea or do whatever you want to do. Once your device turns on, you would then set it up as you would with any new device. Doesn't that look easy? I don't know how. I'm full of this stuff. Hacks for days. Please be aware when you're going through the setup mode, when your phone thinks it's brand new again, it might at some point ask you for the details of a Google account that was previously linked to that device. Don't freak out. You can just slide down and press skip, and then, yeah. When your phone does wake up, and I can't stress this enough, it will have no memory of its previous life. You need to be delicate in how you go about things. It'll be confused, it thinks it's a baby and it's not. Sure your device is switched off, and you need to hold the volume up button and the power button at the same time. When the Samsung sign appears, keep holding both buttons down until you get this menu here. Now use the volume down key to scroll down to Wipe Data Factory Reset, and then use the power button to click on it. Once you're in there, use the volume down key to go down to Factory Data Reset. Click on it using the power button. Once you go back to this screen, just click the power button to reboot your system. Your phone will then restart. This may take a little bit longer than usual, but it will get there eventually, so just leave a factory reset button at the same time. This is a complete factory reset, clean slate. So where do you see this? Okay, to do this you need to make sure your device is switched off, and you need to hold the volume up button and the power button at the same time. When the Samsung sign appears, keep holding both buttons down until you get this menu here. Now use the volume down key to scroll down to Wipe Data Factory Reset, and then use the power button to click on it. Once you're in there, use the volume down key to go down to Factory Data Reset. Click on it using the power button. Once you go back to this screen, just click the power button to reboot your system. Your phone will then restart. This may take a little bit longer than usual, but it will get there eventually, so just leave it alone and go and have a cup of tea or do whatever you want to do. Once your device turns on, you would then set...
Have a history of being Muslim, so they're not really sympathetic towards Islam.
I wouldn't use that word.
See, I told you.
I wouldn't use the word sympathetic.
Okay, so Ann, so do you have like an allegiance? I mean, how do you feel about Islam?
That's too broad of a question. I think ultimately, whether people believe it or not, this is my belief. I believe that we are all God's children, and whether people accept that or not will determine their fate. And God knows that already.
All right, so do you love Muslims?
I love everyone.
She's so safe. Yeah, she is so safe in this space. Oh my God, she is so safe in this space right now. All right. Yisrael, are you there?
Well, I don't know how to answer it. You painted with too broad of a brush.
No,
James is better with
good. Yeah, she was good. Yisrael, are you there?
You're mean, Lonzo.
Wait, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything bad. Yisrael, are you there?
I'm here.
Hey, okay, so how do you feel about that? I mean, first, I see the Jewish, the Israeli flag, and I see both the American flag. So are you a Jewish American?
Yes.
All right, awesome. All right, so how do you feel about that? Do you believe that that the Jewish people in America should be able to access the same grants that historically Black Americans and Native Americans have been offered?
The same grants?
Yeah, like commerce, like for business.
I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to.
Let me play this clip. Hold on. Yeah, it's kind of like, going around. So apparently Joe Biden, one of the last things that he put was to see if Jewish people could be considered minorities. And Trump actually okayed it. So Hold on. So it's actually now passed. I believe under Trump officially he gets the credit for it. But white people. I wonder how that's going to work out.
Now, included in 44, everybody, in a groundbreaking announcement by the U.S. Commerce Department this week will result in an historic expansion for Jewish businesses, not only in New York, but across the country.
Jewish businesses will now be classified as minority business enterprises, making them eligible for billions of dollars in grants.
Oh, wonderful. Billions in grants for all the non-white people. Yeah, so... are like livid. They're pissed because many Jewish people in this country have called themselves white people. They've identified as white Americans. And so what makes this different is that they're now going to be able to benefit from their whiteness and now will, get access to the same type of grants that a Florence or an Arminius or, the Black Americans in this country and the Native Americans in this country.
Who introduced the concept of race? Who was that? Or who?
Wait, hold on. That's a whole nother conversation.
No, not really.
I believe white people did in this country, like maybe the settlers that came in. So there were many Jewish settlers. There were many British settlers. There are many Portuguese and Spanish settlers. So those people.
Okay, that's fair. So then, so now your question is just about Jews. So I don't get it.
No, because this is different. Okay, so Anne, you're not Jewish, right?
Correct.
Okay, so how do you feel about the fact that maybe James is Jewish, right? How do you feel about the fact that James will now be able to access billions of dollars that you can't, even though you look the same? And what makes you different might be your religion. How do you feel about that?
But how do I know if he is inheriting money that I'm not gonna get? And why does that fucking matter?
Wait, say that again.
I guess I'm not understanding the question.
Let me slow it up. Okay. So you and James are both white people, correct?
I mean, I don't identify with race. Social concept.
All right. Is there any white people in the room that identify as white?
I'll answer your question. My white half is angry at my Jewish half that he can get money and my white half can't.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So, Yisrael, since Anne is scared to answer questions.
No, I'm just not good at this.
You're just not good at answering questions that pertain to Jewish people. I
think James.
All right. So one mic on somebody that is bold enough. Yisrael, an actual Jewish person.
What I think of it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm against the whole idea of granting federal money, which is taxpayer money, to any minority group. I think everyone has to gain success through their own merits, through their own hard work, through their own efforts. So I'm against the idea in general of giving it to Jews, giving it to blacks, giving it to Native Americans, Mexicans, or whatever have you. I think it only increases animosity between the races, which is not good for social cohesion. I do think what Jews are entitled to, like any minority, is protection. As a minority, they are targeted. Like anti-Semitic reports have gone up, I think, the most out of any other hate in the country,
except blacks.
Hatred of blacks have gone up higher than anti-Semitic incidents.
Yeah. I think we're 2,000%, and you went up a couple hundred. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, it shouldn't really be a competition. I think any minority that does suffer from hate, which pretty much is every minority, is entitled to protection. That's the rights of every single citizen of this country. But I don't think that any minority is entitled to taxpayer money because of their minority status.
Well, you do understand that this country has had a really, really dark past, right? And there's been some real systemic
Yes,
things.
I know American history.
Right. So you understand that there had to be some things in place to give Native Americans and Black people, like like some type of
Compensation?
access. You're right. Well, not compensation. I mean, that probably more like reparations, right? So.
Well, he's right. As Lonzo, as Kathy Holcomb said, black kids in the Bronx don't even know what a computer is. So they obviously need billions of dollars to learn what a computer is. They live in caves. That's the ideology of the left.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm against
And
reparations.
there's a sitting
also.
Democrat governor who said those words. They don't know what a computer is.
That's really sad,
All right.
actually.
So I'm just gonna ignore that for now. Israel.
Yes.
So you understand that that's more like reparations, and this is just basically this helping financially with grants to help businesses succeed, right? Because there's been like so many like attempts to like not hire Black people historically. You understand that to be true, right?
Yes.
So why should Jewish people get that?
I don't think anyone should get it.
But people are getting it, so why should Jewish people get that? That's the question.
I personally would not take it if I was offered it. And again, I don't think anyone should take it.
So you're against. You're against.
I'm against the entire idea. Yes.
Okay, so you're against Jewish people being able to access the same type of things that people that have been left out.
He's against anyone getting it.
For a long time. No, but I'm asking them specifically about Jewish people.
So again,
I'll answer the question the best way. I'm against expanding it for sure, especially to Jewish people.
Thank you, brother. All right, see Israel. How do you feel about that?
As I said, I'm against anyone getting it. Now, if some minorities are gonna take it, and I don't think any minority should take it, I don't think anyone should get federal money, if it's undeserved. If other minorities are taking advantage of it, and some just want to take advantage of it also, I wouldn't blame them. But again, I'm against the whole idea.
I wonder if this is like a tactic from white people in this country to take away, to make this like a race neutral country by just like maybe watering it down with so many people able to access these programs that these programs mean nothing.
Yeah, communism in a sense. That's exactly what you're describing. It's the slow descent from socialism into communism.
Yeah, but didn't Jewish people invent communism?
I don't know if they invented it, but some of them sure love it. That's for sure.
Like Karl Marx, definitely was a communist. No, was he?
He was a Marxist.
I think Karl Marx.
Yeah, I mean, he wrote a book, but like saying
I think he only had like one grandparent or some shit that was a Jew. Like he was not what would be considered a Jew.
Yeah, but people go back thousands of years, right? So I mean that a couple grandparents, that's nothing. Considering people go back thousands of years to a land, right? And say, hey, this is my land now because thousands of years ago.
Yeah, but you're not considered even Israel. I think Israel you can if you have one grandparent that's Jewish, but they don't consider you a Jew unless your like mother is a Jew, at least ethnically by birth. But even in Hitler, Hitler when he was rounding them up, I think it was like you couldn't be no more than a quarter, and then they could maybe make an exception because it was based on eugenics, not ideology.
I think we should all send our blood to Ancestor.com to try and figure out where we came from. We should do that. We haven't already.
Yeah. So, wow. All right. So, I heard someone on Clubhouse the other day. Did somebody die off of Clubhouse recently?
No, Roger Mayhem did not die.
A British woman was arrested because she was arrested for stuff she said on this app. It was hate. She was arrested for the hate crime stuff. She was saying anti-Semitism, and she was taken to jail. She's in jail right now.
She was threatening to.
Wait. So you mean to tell me that, for every person that says something anti-black or racist, they can now go to jail?
Yes, in the UK, they've been doing it.
No.
Since the new administration, the Stormer, ended up taking power in the UK, they've been rounding up people that say anti-immigrant stuff, racist stuff. And yes, most of it is for people saying anti-immigrant shit. It's mostly white people getting arrested, but they will arrest Muslims who say nasty shit. They don't have the free speech laws that we have, so they have been arresting them. This has been going on like the last 8 months in the UK.
So if there's any redcoats on the app you don't like, record them and send it to the fucking Scotland Yard.
Nice. All right, so Roger is alive, even though I don't like him or his personality on this app, because I believe he's racist.
We had a meta funeral for him because he meta died.
Wait, so
Roger
died?
Yeah, this is disgusting. So white people on this app, man, y'all trolling
He got
so
banned from
different.
Clubhouse.
Okay, so he's dead on Clubhouse, basically.
Correct.
Okay, he's a racist. He called me a boy in one room and kicked me out before I destroyed him intellectually.
He's not. I can tell you, he's definitely not a racist. He's an asshole.
No, he's a racist. I actually have the clip.
What if he called you a girl? Would that make him not a racist?
Well, don't just say I never seen Roger in any of the clubs I go to.
Nah, honestly, I think it's...
There's a lot of things I can call you, but my mother raised me better. So I'll punt on that one. What up, Mark? What up, C?
How's it going? So,
wait, tell me real quick. C-Son. Are you there? I don't think I ever heard C-Son ever speak. Or, have you ever heard her speak?
Yeah, she talks all the time. She just be chilling a lot. She's from Florida.
All right, so I'm gonna be interrupted. That's crazy. All right, go ahead, Mark.
So this thing about grants, if you're qualified, I believe everybody should have opportunities. Black people, Jewish people are not, even though they are minority groups, should not be grouped in the same categories. So there are statistics that. So what if you come up with a good idea that helps the world? Should you be excluded for any reason? So this is why I don't agree with separating anything by race, or if you're a female, or if whatever the classification of eliminating others is.
What about a condition?
Or any physical impairment.
Okay, so only thing about it is you shouldn't put blacks in any other group with any other people because of the condition our nation is responsible for. If you have a nation that's low key kidnapped, we about to persecute Puff Daddy right now for doing some sex trafficking. So you got a nation that did it for 200-300 years, you know what I mean? And then you just let them go. You can't blame their condition. You have to look at the condition. We're in different conditions. Black Americans always had the bad stick when it comes to conditions of people. So you guys should just reconsider that. You know what I mean? What's wrong with helping your neighbor for real? And let's really get the classification off the way.
Agree. I think every man for himself is the wrong way to go. And there's too much of this today, and it's very unfortunate.
You know what I think? I think everybody's in such a hurry to go to like a race neutral America without, without giving reparations to the people that they've harmed. You know what I mean? So that's the problem. That's where like many black folks or Native Americans or other in this country that happen to be of African descent, this is where the issue lies, right? Like we're in such a hurry to move on without the redress that's required to move on.
You guys should be getting casinos, right?
Nah, let me say this. Let me be real.
Oh shit! Time out, D. Wait a minute. Wait, go ahead, Mark. Let's
Nah, cause I don't want to get.
Making a joke. I was just making a joke.
I don't want to go too far left, but this is. I just want to say this would be a hard pill for African Americans to swallow, as well as America to swallow. But African Americans were the slaves, and the other class was the master. And then the master found out there's a real master who was the creator. So we all got choices to make right now, and we all should think about this tonight.
Christ is king.
Huh?
Amen.
Amen, brother.
wait. What's happening right now?
So if Christ is king and Christ was a Jew, does that mean Jewish people are Jews?
No, what I'm saying is I don't want to get too off top, but what Christ said is that that is a Jew inside is a Jew. So we have to be Jews on the inside. All of us as Christians, people that are Christians are Jews on the inside. So all we know is this. That's besides the point. I'm not preaching religion. All I'm saying is the blacks in America are the slaves of America, the ones who came from slavery here in America. And then we have okay, and that's okay. But only thing I'm saying is to bridge this gap. That's why I say we should consider classism like the condition. We need to consider that. Like if the master wants to get right, like you're always going to be the master. Your fathers was always the master. So
why are you calling other groups?
Yeah, my ancestors never owned slaves. Why don't you go after the app?
Wait.
I'm not trying to say this the wrong way. I don't mean it that way.
Are you a Hebrew Israelite?
No, I'm a Christian, sir. I just read the Bible. I'm a real Christian.
Hey, yo, Pepe, fuck your white mom. Hey, Pepe, you racist cunt. You white
Suck a dick, Carlos. I hope you get deported, bitch.
You white pussy. You from Mexico. You don't come on.
Jeez Louise. Oh my goodness.
That's not me talking, by the way.
Pepe, go suck my dick, you fucking white cunt, fam.
Suck his cold white dick.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. We're gonna
No, that's.
I said it was a hard pill to swallow. Well, go ahead.
I feel like.
Pause. All right. So, how do y'all feel about to all the MAGA people in the room? How do you feel about Donald Trump? Talking about these immigrants are taking all these good-paying American jobs, right? So he's kicking out the black and brown immigrants out of the country, but now just did something landmark, right? He just classified the Afrikaners, the white people in South Africa, as refugee status, as refugees. So these people will have a fast track to become citizens. So my question to you is, are you okay with people coming over from foreign places to take your jobs if they're white?
I'm okay with if everybody from Eastern Europe, every South African, if all of those whites wanted to come here, I would love it. I'll let them live in my fucking house. I would absolutely. No, that's that.
Wow.
I disagree. I disagree vehemently. I would rather shoot their boats as they are coming into the harbor and watch them sink and scream.
Wow.
How do you know that they would sink?
Wow.
I say only bring the woman, but fuck South Africa. Fuck whatever else they trying to send over here.
Wait, what do you mean fuck South Africa? We love South Africa.
The Boers. You can stay over there. They fucked up their country. Stay over there.
South Africa is like white people that we don't even know who the fuck they are. When they show up and they're like from South Africa, you're like, what? It's a confusing thing. It doesn't even make sense.
But why can't they go to like
Isn't Elon Musk South African?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to wrap your head around too.
It really is.
I mean, but why can't more of them go to Israel?
Or Australia. That's a good plan.
Well, Australia. I mean, Israel. The Jewish ones. A lot of the Jewish ones did go to Israel.
Well, a lot of your initial settlers. Did you know a lot of the initial settlers that came into South Africa that settled there? Many of them were Jewish. Did you know that?
Well, yeah, because a lot of the Dutch, when they came there, the Sephardic Jews had gone up there, and so that same with the Dutch colonies out here in the East Indies. But they, as far as the Christian Afrikaners, I mean, they don't really have any.
So why do they go to the States then? Why don't they go back to like the Netherlands or?
Because they're hundreds of years removed. They don't like. How can they say I'm entitled to come back to Denmark after hundreds? It's like me saying I'm entitled to go back to where my great grand.
See. So we.
Wait, so that means the Jews can't go.
They should go back to Denmark, in fact.
Like, if the Jews are not, they're thousands of years removed from. Yeah.
Why are they telling the Palestinians to go to Egypt and not Jordan?
Because wait, no, not the Palestinians. You don't mean the Palestinians. The Palestinians are basically like the kids of the what's the name of the people that lived there before the Jewish people and the Palestinians?
The Philistines.
Esau.
No, they were called something else. They were
Samaritans.
called
The Edomites. You're talking about the Edomites.
No.
The Philistines.
No, they're called Edomites. You gotta call them right. They're Edomites.
Wait, talking about E7. What
Canaan?
The Canaanites, yeah.
Yes, the Canaanites.
Yeah, so they're basically the descendants of them.
Well, to be fair, a good chunk of the contemporary day Palestinians are actually like Jordanian. A lot of them are Egyptian. They're not. It's not quite as. They're not. There's a lot of different people in that region.
Yeah, but my point though is when Donald Trump is telling 1.8 million people to move, a lot of those people are actually, have blood, to the Canaanites that lived there before the Jewish people and everybody.
Well, but where do you think the Jews came from? Do you think that they weren't the people that are living in the Levant pre-Judaism?
No.
Are you serious?
Jews.
Yeah.
They came from Poland and Russia.
That's not where they came from.
That is where
they came from.
They didn't
They
enter
just went
Europe.
there and took the land.
They didn't enter Europe until Jesus Christ. Wait, a couple thousand years ago.
What?
This was after Judaism had already been a religion, for a long period of time. They ended up coming in through. I think it was primarily through the Roman Empire, and then they.
I gotta stop you there, because you literally just said, see, so that's what I'm saying. We make backflips for some, and we don't make backflips for others. And why is that? Why is that part of our psychology? Like, you literally said that, I said, look, a lot of the people in South Africa should be able to go back to their homeland, right? Like, like Netherlands, the Dutch, right? You said, no, these people aren't there. These people are different. But, so you said, and then you even went on it. You said, my great-great-grandfather, should I be allowed to go back there to that place that he was from? So you said no.
I didn't
So
backflip.
why?
I'm making a different argument.
But it's the same argument. So
no, because you didn't ask me whether or not Jews should have been allowed to return to make a Jewish state. That was not my point. My point was that if you look at even the Jews that come from Poland and Russia, genetically, okay, this is proven, they have a substantial amount of Levantine DNA. So
that's not true.
yes, they do.
No, it's not. Hey, yo, Pepe, you fucking Italian reject, bro. Suck your mom, bro. Go back to Italy, bro. You kid you, fam. Do I explain?
Jeez Louise. Oh my God. All right. All right, so back to the question, the original question before, we kind of derailed. How do y'all feel about the fact that now tens of thousands of Afrikaners are about to come to America, similar to what the Ukrainians did, and these people will be able to get fast-tracked to be citizens? Are y'all okay with these white people now coming over to take y'all jobs and get, federal government assistance, as long as they're white? Like, what's the...
Yeah, I want to answer to that too, because he's actually. So how you gonna deport some people that import others? Like, what the fuck is?
Because well, first of all, I'd say that they're real. They have a real reason to seek asylum, and I'm obviously biased. Oh, because what happened after apartheid? Look what happened to the country. It turned to shit.
Fuck your mom, Pepe, bro. Fuck your mom, Pepe, bro. Fuck your mom.
Why are you flirting with Pepe?
Yeah, it's weird.
Fuck your mom, Pepe.
It sounds like his mouth is full too, Pepe. That's amazing that you're that
Fucking go back to Italy. You're from
He's a
Italy, bro.
heterosexual male. He's not interested.
Go back to Italy. Go back to fucking Italy. You're from Italy. Get out of America, bro.
He's not interested in men that way. You're so tough. You're such a tough man.
Sound like a Harry Potter wizard.
Pepe, go back to Italy.
You're so tough.
Alright, I don't know what type of freaky role-playing shit y'all playing right now, but we're gonna move on. Alright, Black, are you there?
You fucking reject. Listen, you're from Italy, Pepe. Shit country.
Oh my God. Black, are you there?
You fucking reject, fam. No, you have to go tell me you fucking reject, fam, Pepe.
Oh my God.
Pussy.
Black, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Jeez Louise. Alright, alright, Queen. Alright, so Sister Black, she's from South Africa, right? She's an organic South African queen, right? So, Black, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about the fact that Donald Trump is okay with accepting immigrants in as long as they're white?
Good. They should go.
They should go to Europe. Fuck coming over here.
I will step the fuck up, fam. I'm taking over Europe right now, fam. You know, I go push you a lot.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna fuck your white woman for me. Put you, you didn't put you for there and put it out for put that.
Oh my goodness. Alright.
I already fucked your mom, so it's fine.
Oh my God.
I fucked the woman, so I fucked the white woman, you know. I'm gonna make her laugh.
Jeez Louise. Alright, now, to the black people in the room and people of African descent, do you think other African countries should impart the same type of, rule that South Africa is about to impart, causing a lot of the people that aren't black to leave by way of being refugees to America? Could this be something that other African countries believe?
I think Burkina Faso is one example.
I think Hakuna Matata.
They're kicking the French out, changing the language. French language will not be spoken there anymore. They're running their entire country. They paid off their debt. They don't own anybody. So I think, and even with the South Africans coming here, I mean, I can understand why. Because it's a low population of white people. So they want to bring the whites here. So that's what it is. They want to get rid of the colored people because they're not white. So that's the whole issue.
The caucasity of people.
So you're saying that making Africa blacker is bad because it makes America whiter?
Did I say make it bad? No, it makes it good.
No, she
it's good.
Wow.
So you would rather live in Africa than be a U.S. citizen? I mean, I'm welcome.
No, she's talking about, for the people in Africa, the African countries, like the example she gave you was Burkina Faso, right? And when they expelled the French from the country, which is their white people, ultimately it went from one of the poorest to one of the, more quickly growing economies. They paid off their external debt. And they're now a producer on just so many levels, like different foods, gold refinery. They literally seen like a 360 ever since they did it.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of them. They're definitely a world player. I've heard them on the world stage in stock trading and much other places. What you call Burkina Faso. Everybody's heard of this place and location. They're obviously a superpower.
Yeah. So prior to China closing in, many people would have said the same thing about them, right? And now look at it. Don't they have like a $17 trillion economy? I know
So
we have
we're
like
comparing
a 30...
China to, how big is Burkina Faso? I'm going to guess some small little kingdom.
Oh my God. Yeah, so... wow. So...
I've literally never heard of the place ever once in my entire life.
No, I got you. So we understand that Africa, the continent, is like 5 times the size of the U.S. Like, you could literally fit, like, almost all the continents in Africa. Right? So we understand that to be true. So what if this spreads, like what Burkina Faso is doing, and it spreads throughout the continent?
It is. There's other countries. We already know that the AES, right? The Alliance of the Sahel States, right? Burkina Faso, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, right? But then you got other countries that are also falling in line as well. There's some East African countries where I can't even remember anymore. I know Kenya started doing some stuff, and a few others. They've been like removing French as their language. They've been taking over their resources. You know what I'm saying? They've been removing their debt. There was another country that found some gold. Like, they've been doing a lot in terms of trying to get rid of colonization within their countries. It's definitely having an effect. In fact, when Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, went to Ghana recently, it's like beginning of January, when the new Ghanaian president became elected, the Ibrahim Traore got a bigger standing ovation than the freaking president. Like, he's extremely popular in West Africa. So it's definitely spreading.
Even the president, the new president-elect, he actually said it.
I think their plans in Ghana, specifically with the removal of colonization, where they tore down bridges and then built bridges, it's wonderful. When those bridges fell right after they cut the red rope that they rebuilt over the colonized bridges, it was such a wonderful look for Ghana.
Seriously? I didn't even know that.
Oh, yeah. That wasn't just a new bridge. That was a bridge they removed. That was a colonized bridge, and then they built a new bridge on top of it. And then the bridge fell down as they cut the red ribbon. What I'm just saying is, like, you're describing the fantasy. They harvest gold out of the ground. And so did poor people in California back in 1820. They were still poor people. The problem is infrastructure, and a lack of infrastructure means that your country is not going to successfully run.
So do you think you need more or less money to cure infrastructure issues?
I think they need more governance.
All right, what about money? Does money have a part to play?
They have plenty of money. They have plenty of money. You've already said it. They have more resources than every other country in the world if they combine.
Wait, talk about. So the question is, do you think money has a big thing to do with infrastructure?
Yes, it definitely does.
So if you now have more money, do you think you can kind of like invest into these infrastructure?
More money for what reason? If they already have the vast wealth that Africa has, why not just use the wealth?
Okay, so do you think taking away the people in those countries and those crooked corporations that don't pay taxes, that mistreat the people, do you think them now taking full control of those resources, setting a price for those resources, do you think with that new infusion of currency, that new infusion of money and wealth, that could definitely...
I mean, what you're describing is what's... I lost my way halfway through what you said.
Okay, so,
if I'm going to be honest.
No, I got you. Okay, let me slow it down. Do you think money can help with infrastructure issues? Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you think taking away the people or the corporations that hinder that country's ability to get more money, do you think that would trigger a new Africa?
No.
Okay, so you don't think money can help?
I think that money is also the cause of division, and again, it goes down to good governance.
Okay, so do you think eliminating the bad governance, right, that might be more susceptible to the West, right? Do you think that would have...
Yes. Well, I'm not sure being West friendly is necessarily bad governance, as you described it.
Right, you would have to describe a bad governance.
You connected bad governance to Western alliance, and that's not bad necessarily.
Okay.
That's connection to the global economy, after all, and the American economy itself.
Okay, so do you think taking away puppets can help? Yes.
I like Sesame Street.
James?
Yeah, most definitely, it's gonna help because, like, look at Burkina Faso, for example. Look at Ibrahim Traoré. Look what he's doing for his country. He paid a debt of 1.4 billion, and you got.
I mean, every other week I hear you guys talking about some great country that's doing amazing over there, and you change it up. It's just like Burkina Faso is just your new one this week for whatever reason. Last week.
It's Burkina Faso.
Well, I'm just saying, last week was Ethiopia, and then a couple weeks before that was how great Nigeria is doing.
Well, how do you have some opinion on it? You never even heard of the place. You don't even know anything
what I'm saying is, as citizens of this republic, you shouldn't give a shit how they're doing over there.
Well, you shouldn't give a shit, but somebody give a shit.
I really don't give a shit how they're doing.
Well, that's fine if you don't give a shit.
Yeah, but you do care about Israel, though.
No.
So you see, so is it we shouldn't give a fuck about Africa, but it's okay to give a fuck about Israel?
False. I do not give a shit about Israel either.
Okay, so say that one more time. Let me just record it.
Yeah, I would absolutely not care if we did nothing at all.
If America fought against Israel, James,
if America fought against Israel as a U.S. citizen, I would volunteer into the army and I would blast Israeli enemy combatants in the face.
Now, Mark, you're also a Jewish brother, correct?
Very mixed.
So that's a yes. Okay, so with that being said, so with that being, hold on. So with that,
I would never bar mitzvah.
Okay, got you. So with that being said, would you do exactly what James suggested? If America fought against Israel, would you go out there blasting Israelis in the head, like James just said?
No.
Deport. We should deport.
You wouldn't have James's six then? You would not have James's six during war.
We need to immediately deport that man back over to the country that he was.
Wait a minute. Well, where's Al at, yo? Oh, you're lucky Al's gone. That's crazy.
Oh man, James, you would have like.
To be fair, it's kind of a hard question to answer because it's like a small country. Like
No, it's not a hard question to answer. Most of you here are African Americans. What are you talking about? You are not Israelite. You are not Jews. What the fuck are you? You don't know where you came from.
Ooh.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Fucking saying that I'm gonna fucking dick ride Israel. Dick ride Israel in what aspect? Like, what's wrong with you? Are you fucking stupid? Fucking worry about your ancestors being taken with the ship from Africa and fucking losing your heritage and your ancestors' culture. That's what
you need to focus about, not focus about if Israel.
What are you talking about? I'm a white American, and my
Well, you're from
here
fucking
America.
Italy, Pepe, fam. Shut the fuck up. You're from Italy, fam. What the fuck you talking about, bro? Remember, you're from fucking Italy.
You are fucking slaves, you know. You are talking like slaves. You are dick right.
You're from Italy.
Go suck the Jews dick. How about that? Go suck the Jews dick.
I would
Stupid ass
rather hear an
motherfucker.
F-22 Raptor in the sky than this accent nonsense continue.
Hey, yo, Pepe, your country in Italy is a shithole.
All right, come on. Hey, money.
I feel sorry. I always feel sorry for the African Americans because they lost their culture. You lost your culture. You are
Hey, money.
built the white man's country and don't want to be like fucking Burkina Faso and instead.
Hey, money. Where are you from, brother? Where are you from?
I'm from Australia. I'm from down under. I'm fucking US ally. We allies with the fucking US.
No. Hold on.
I had everything to do with fucking Jews. I had everything to do with Israel.
I got you.
Any African American brother supporting that?
Wait, brother. Wait, no, tell me, brother. Okay, so you say you're from Australia by way of which African country?
I'm from South Sudan.
There we go.
Yeah, now we talking. I'm a real African. Okay.
No, I got you, brother. So you're not from Australia. You're from Sudan. You're Sudanese. You're an African, right, brother?
Yes, sir. I'm based in Australia. I've been living in Australia for 20 years, but I'm African. I'm South Sudan.
Shout out to the Sudanese sisters and brothers. Now, let me ask you a question. How do you feel about the Arabs?
How do I feel about the Arabs in what aspect?
Are you North Sudanese or are you South Sudanese?
I'm South Sudanese, but I was born and raised in the north, so I seen Islam. I got to learn Islam, but I'm Christian, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Arabs help your country?
Hell no. If anything, our country got separated and got divided by the United States because of the Arabs. Because what they wanted is like they said that we want to run the country by Islamic Sharia, you know. And us Christian people, we said nah, you know, like they're like none of us could ever become a president. So we took that thing to heart, and we have to speak to the United States, and the country had to be separated. So even that the country is separated at the moment, they still want shit from us. They still want our.
I got you. Okay, so you're Sudanese, you're South Sudanese. You know, which tribe are you? Are you Dinka?
I'm Equatorian. We got 64 tribes in South Sudan.
Everything is about Dinka in South Sudan.
Yeah, I know.
And that's why you probably vote Dinka, but we got 64 tribes.
No, I got you. Shout out to the Sudanese. Miriam, are you North Sudanese or are you South Sudanese?
Me?
Yeah.
My dad is South Sudanese. My mama is mixed with like quarter South Sudanese. West Sudanese, North Sudan. My mom's mixed with just a little bit of North Sudan.
Okay, so you're both. You're North Sudanese and South Sudanese.
I'm more South Sudanese than I am North Sudanese in blood.
We go by the dad. We don't like Jews. We don't like great. We don't go by the mom.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're both, right?
Money Moody, you're my brother, and you know I'm mixed with Jews.
Definitely, and you're my sister. Like we speak the same language. We eat together. We break bread.
Okay. I got you. Shout out to the Sudanese, both North and South. All right. So I understand that the North Sudanese have more affinity for Arabs, and the South Sudanese.
Now you're generalizing. It depends on what type of North Sudanese, because we have Africans in North Sudan who suffer the same genocide as the South Sudanese. That would be the Nubians, even some Aksumite people in Eastern Sudan, and they all suffered the same fate.
Okay. Now, how do you feel about
North Sudan is Muslim and Arab, considering there's also Christians in the north and
I got you. Right. So how do you feel about what's going on in this war between North
Sudan and South Sudan.
There's no war right now between North and South. What's going on right now?
Yeah, but a lot of the rebel groups, like from RSF, they actually live in North Sudan.
Yes, but they live in South Sudan too. So RSF.
Right, but most of them live in North Sudan. Yeah.
Okay,
And
I don't like the army and I don't like
Sudan.
RSF. Both the groups that are fighting, I don't like them because they played a genocide.
Right.
That
a lot of different
South
countries.
Sudan of the indigenous people. They
Right,
played a
that-
genocide.
Right. That a lot of maybe. Could y'all take your big mics down, please, or off, like unplug them? Thanks. All right. So just back away from the phone a little bit. All right. So with that being said, right, do we agree that many people, many different countries are playing a role in this? Like many Arab nations are playing a role into this destabilization.
Yeah.
America is playing a role. Maybe even Russia, you said, right? And Israel.
Let me explain something.
Mhm.
The European Union also played a part in this. They funded the RSF, the militia, to control the migrations in Libya. The Saudis paid them to go fight the war in Yemen. So it's very complicated. They're not just fighting in Sudan. They're in other countries. They control they've controlled the slave trade in Libya. They've controlled the war not controlled, but they've been played a part of what's going on in Yemen. So it's very complicated. A lot of their weapons are coming from China, from what I understand. But Iran, just hear me out. Iran, China, and UAE and whatever the hell.
And Israel.
But Russia also played a part in the genocide.
Miriam, slow down, Queen, slow down.
Russia played a part as well, and the European Union, and even as far as Margaret Thatcher, the British played a part in this genocide. They were giving the Northern Arabs weapons to kill the South Sudanese.
All right. Now, are you aware that many Jewish weapons have made its way to that war, to the RSF?
Yeah, but that would be through the UAE though. Their ally. That would be through their ally. The only way that Israel has access to Sudan is through the UAE or through the Saudis, who they've been.
How do you know that? Sure.
We've always had a connection with Israel. Let me explain something. In the 70s,
Wait.
we always had an undercover connection with.
All right. We're gonna. Although this is a really, really good conversation, I get it. Like, this is definitely a heated conversation. It could be very, very heated. And we get this thing that we do, like when we just start over speaking people, right? It's super passionate, and I get it. We'll continue this conversation. No, it's all right.
I'm trying to answer your questions, and you're not letting me finish.
Well, sometimes you're answering it before.
No, but the thing, no, Gonzo. If you're
like right now, you see, remember I was speaking?
Give me that respect rather than cutting me off. So I haven't finished with our connection with Israel, but it's like I just want to give you a room any more support.
No, I got you, Queen. I got you. Thank you for the amount of support that you've given me thus far, though. I appreciate that. But yeah, again, and I get it. Some conversations are near and dear to heart, so sometimes we don't realize we're doing what we're doing. So, like, let's say a few times I was speaking and trying to, like, ask you a question specifically, and then you just started, like, just going off, right? And I get it. I even had to, like, sleep.
Lonzo, don't gaslight me. Don't fucking gaslight me. You asked me questions, answered that. Don't do that. Don't do that now. All that type of aggressiveness. Oh, I'm just going off. I'm done with this. You know what? I'm done. Moneywood, let's go open our own room. I'm done with this shit.
All right, Queen.
This guy doesn't have no fucking respect.
No, it's all good, Miriam. Don't get yourself upset anyways. Just leave the conversation. That's all it is, you know?
Yeah, and shout out to the Sudanese. They know I love them. I'm just saying. Hey, Money, did you see what I was trying to say? Damn, she really runs that click, yo. Shout out to that. Let's give Mariam a round of applause. Wow. Hey, guys, do you think I was trying to be fair or no?
She wanted to talk.
She wanted to plug Sudan. I just gotta say it's a shit country.
All right, Kingdom, you about to say something, brother?
Said she's dramatic more time with her responses. She was always gonna do that.
Yeah, and this is like probably like the 15,000th time that this has happened. So you know what I'm saying? Like I was kind of like more aware where it was gonna take. So I said, you know what? This is a great conversation, but it's hard to have that conversation
with her because like she definitely has her big mic on, right? We know that to be true, right? I even tried to say, hey, look, listen, maybe if you kind of like unplug the big mic. I tried that, you know what I'm saying? Like I literally tried that, but you know, yeah, I guess you can't have that conversation. And then on top of that, Money actually came off mic and said some crazy things about Black Americans. And even every time I tried to even address that, she would cut me off and start speaking about something completely different, right? Because she said something about they don't know their culture, and nah, I'm not cool with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's an interesting group on Clubhouse sometimes. Interesting group. What up, PhD? What up, Malcolm Dog? What up, Mr. DB? Sir, Mark, James, Hope, Carl, Florence, Black, Kingdom, E7, Monica, and Armenius. What's good with you? What up, Dean? I thought that was Alan Dean for a minute.
What's up, Lonzo? What's going on, brother?
What's up, bro? This is...
Hey, you guys see that guy James there? Right there with the hat on, James?
Yeah.
You know he had a PhD from Harvard in nuclear physics. And his dissertation was on how foreign countries are inferior to America. That guy right there, James, I repeat, he has a PhD in physics from Harvard. That guy's a brilliant guy. He's a scientist. He's written over 30 books. James, tell him about your books.
Yes, I have a full library of books that I've written.
He has a library of books. Tell him about your latest bestseller.
I will confirm all rumors about me 100% at all times.
All right. All right. Joe Black. Rise up. Could somebody rise her up? She's been putting her hands up for a while.
Rise up.
Now, Joe actually brings a different perspective, like, you know, on education. She works in some way or fashion with the U.S. Curriculums in this country, or the school system. She does something of that sort. So we have our disagreements often about what's being taught in schools versus what should be, versus what funding is being given versus what should be. She has a mindset, if hopefully I'm not misclassifying or, you know, describing it incorrectly, that you could pour money into things like the police department if it's failing, the military if it's failing, any other sector if it's failing. You just can't do that when it comes to schools as it relates to the schools in the Black communities. So I'm just curious, you know, it's why that she has that, you know, that opinion or that mindset. So in other words, schools in white communities that have like a shit ton of resources, money, how they tend to do well versus schools in the inner city that don't have as much resources at all and they're getting so much less per student. She doesn't understand what that has to do with the outcomes, the overall outcomes of those schools.
I mean, I could address this. I was a school teacher, a school teacher for 10 years, and we have not such great results in New York City. And I've thought about this long and hard, and as far as I understand, the difference in outcomes is there's two key factors. It's not the money, by the way, because at this point, you know, they give free laptops to every kid. Google, I forget what they call them, these $200 Google laptops, and you can get anything on there. So it's not like the books or the resources. It's two things. It's the quality of the teachers and the parental involvement. Those are the two key variables. If you have high quality teachers, by the way, who are they don't have to go to difficult neighborhoods and who risk getting hit over the head or having their cars broken into. They don't want to do that. But and parental involvement. In other words, if the parent is looking at the homework every night and understands the homework and will read to the kid and do the homework and make sure the kid is staying on track, Those are the two most important contributors to quality school outcomes.
So you don't think, again, resources, maybe... Okay, do you find that...
No, it's definitely not resources, because everybody in New York gets exactly the same amount of resources. That's your experiment. That's your laboratory. Every kid gets exactly the same amount in New York City, yet there are wide differences in outcome.
So do you think that maybe the quality of the teachers in some schools or some school districts might be better than others?
I'm sorry, say this again?
Do you think that the quality of teachers, do you think all teachers...
No, the quality varies. The quality varies. It's tough to get good quality teachers into the inner city because it's a very difficult population to deal with. The kids, there's a lot of, there's just a lot of difficult classroom management. And that, that's a huge factor.
So how do you think we could have better addressed these behavioral issues?
It's all about the parental involvement. It's something the teacher, I could tell when kids were having issues at home by the way they behaved in class. I could always tell. It has to do with, it's on the parent end. Kids don't change their behavior at school from the way they are at home. It's always, they're pretty much the same.
Do you think that...
no home training, no teaching, no nothing. They just, especially where I was at, where my daughter went to school, parents don't speak English. They just let the kid raise themselves.
Lonzo, the same thing could easily said about children who go to school in rural areas and areas like Appalachia. It has a lot to do with the conditions the kids live in, the educational level of their parents, because it's not just parent involvement. If the parent is highest level of education is high school, or their parents are a high school dropout.
Alonso, I disagree with you what you done to Mary, I didn't respect that.
Wait.
Mary's African, she's African, bro.
Wait, hold on, King. Hold on. Let me just settle this once and for all. What do you think that I did to Miriam just now?
Bro, you tried to do that slide technique shit, bro. Like she said, Arab girl, Arab woman, because she's a bit light. She's from Africa, she's African, but you say, them people do. She's fucking African. You done that slide technique thing. Bro, Alonso. I didn't like what you tried to do to her, fam.
Beautiful language you're speaking.
Bro, she's more African than you, bro.
Why do you get drunk every Sunday? Why?
Wait, time out. Carlos is a good brother. He might have a drink here and there in the AM.
Here and there.
Daily. But all in all, he's a good brother. Carlos, what you just witnessed between Marion and I was maybe a difference in moderation.
You tried to ask them questions, Adam. I know you tried to do, fam. I know you tried to do.
All right. What
happened? Light skin. I know what you tried to do, bro. I know what you tried to do with it.
Wait. You think I give a fuck about what complexion a black person is?
I know what you tried to do. I know what you tried to do with that, fam.
Wait. All right.
I know what you tried to do with that, fam.
Carlos is a good brother. I'll bring him back. I mean, he's definitely under the influence of something right now. We don't know what it is yet. However, we will find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. One mic on...
Yeah, y'all got it.
Yeah, King. So you were saying something about Appalachia and how even those white kids in that region had a similar type of result.
Outcome.
Somebody in the city. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're also ingesting neurotoxins like a lot of inner city kids, lead poison, other environmental poisons that they ingest because of the things in their environment. So, yeah, what do you expect?
So you're saying basically they share the same plight or a similar plight as the black folks in the inner city. Thereby, going through the same type of, poisoning of the foods, like the foods, the candies in certain neighborhoods that don't make it through certain suburban places.
Yeah, I think there's a consequence of being poor and or being like the first generation removed from poverty. It's really the exception when you're coming from a family where your parents are like you don't have you're not coming from an educational environment. We know that children build their vocabulary from the language that they hear at home, right? Like that's already fucking test prep. So you have, if you notice, people, that's why they always say, first generation, that's really the meat behind having multi-generational college educated ancestors, is because not only are you passing down, because you're passing down knowledge from young, right? Whether that be knowledge of how systems work that everybody else doesn't understand, whether that's passing down a full vocabulary, maybe you are more literate, maybe your reading comprehension is better because it is assumed, and well, the data shows that those parents are going to be reading to you more, they're going to be talking to you more, using an expanded vocabulary from young. And so that in itself is your ACT prep. Those parents are going to be more willing to pay the cost of a car note to send their kids to tutoring, because they understand the investment that is required to produce a scholar, particularly if they have learning disability. They are less likely to ignore or to not treat a diagnosed learning disability, and they're more likely to recognize when a kid has a learning disability and to get them treated for it. So, there's all kind of class affiliated issues going on that produce the outcomes for these kids. And I think that it's known, but they can use Black kids and city kids as the scapegoat and then not fund all kids in general. It's easier for them to do that because we all know when any issue is painted Black politically, people vote against it. So whether that's school funding, extra, what do they call it? Enhancements, for learning enhancement programs, all of these things. People don't want to fund that. They don't think it's worth the investment. So yeah.
That's deep. Does anybody else want to chime in?
Well, I mean, I see the title of the room. I don't know if you're still talking about it, but I mean, minority is a minority, right?
What is a
How about
minority?
White Ashkenazi Jews from Europe are not minorities.
We're not. We're majority.
Colonizers.
Are we majority?
Colonizers
Colonizer of the United States?
of the Middle East.
Shut up.
Are we talking about America, or where are we talking resistance? Do you know where America is? I can send you a map if you like.
Was Jesus a Jew?
I think
Yes.
he was.
I think he was too.
So then ask him why did the Jews say he was a false prophet, he's burning in hell.
No, we don't say that.
I wouldn't.
Yes,
I
they
wouldn't
do.
say that. I wouldn't say that.
That's what
I
the
wouldn't
Jews
say
say.
that.
That's what his people say.
No, we don't say that. We never talk
They
about
also
it.
say what? Tell them what else the Jews say about the Virgin Mary.
We have no comment
what they
whatsoever
say.
on your
Actually,
religion.
Tell them what the Jews say. Tell them.
I'm telling you.
Wait, I heard the name. What's up?
Actually, yes, Norm. I've never heard. How do you feel about the Virgin Mary? I never asked you that. Like, what do you think of that?
I'm sure
No, tell them what your text say. Tell them what the Talmud said. Tell them what Judaism
Talmud
said.
doesn't
Not what you say.
I'm sure she's a lovely person. I think it's beautiful that you have a beautiful religion. We don't ever address anybody else's
All right, I'll put the links in the chat to show you what the rabbi said. This dirty Israeli rabbi.
No, why would I? I have absolutely no opinion on anybody. I have respect for anybody else's religion, including Islam, Buddhism, Catholicism. Complete respect. I think religion is a good influence on society, and I support it. I support belief in God. All of the religions that were derived from Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, I think, are good things, and I'm delighted to share our Torah with those religions that came after us.
Wait a minute. The Torah is. Hold on. The Torah is not yours, right? It's not.
It's him, the guy talking, the European talking right there.
Torah is ours. It is.
Hold on a second.
Resistance. Who are you referring to as El Nostrum?
Hold on a second.
Him, El Nostrum.
Hold on. The Torah.
Normal, not too normal.
Oh, you're referring to El Normo, and you're saying that he was.
Okay, this is a derail right here. This is
No, it's not, because it's saying he did some pedophile shit.
You gotta deal with that in another room. You gotta deal with that.
He's making a strong allegation.
Right, you gotta deal with that. You gotta deal with that in another room. You gotta deal with that in another room. This is not the room.
I didn't bring it up. They did.
Right. All right. I got you. But
No,
I'm
that's not true.
I'm not sure why.
Is this a non? No, Bully, you playing mod without a bad.
No. I'm just saying you're fucking up. No. I'm just saying you're fucking up the room. You can deal with that in another room. This is not the room for that.
Yeah, but I just feel like you're like a you like the.
And now you're trying. Okay, so we're gonna get back to the conversation. We're gonna.
Fuck Bully, just finish. Finish what you're saying.
No, you gotta mute her. Don't mute me then if you want me to finish.
He muted the stage.
So, okay. So the whole thing is that, the religion is not, the Torah is not yours, right? The Torah belonged to a people who were Hebrews, not Jews, not Zionists. That's what the Torah belonged to. And you were, hold on, no, you have it today, right? Okay, sure. You have it today. No, hold on. You have it today, it's correct. Hold on. You have it today, which is correct, but you haven't always had it. It hasn't always been yours. Right. So the Hebrew people.
So do you have one? Where is yours?
Oh, hold on a second. Don't do that, because you know you're not smarter than me. So just let me finish. Let me finish.
Oh, we know you're
just
not.
Just let me finish.
Old last books. Can we move on?
Just let me. Right. Nobody wants to be quiet.
Okay, without.
I know. All you give a fuck about is eating pussy and humping on motherfucking
right.
That's all you care about. That's all.
Loving hip hop in Atlanta and
that's all you care about.
Stick on topic.
I don't think you can go down that road.
Move along.
So like I was saying, the Torah hasn't always been yours. The Torah belonged to the Hebrew people. You're not Hebrew.
I think I am.
You speak a Hebrew language, but you're not Hebrew.
He does not even speak Yiddish, my brother. You're wrong. He doesn't even speak the language at all.
No, Yiddish is not Hebrew.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. He doesn't speak either. He doesn't speak Yiddish nor Hebrew. Nothing. He's an American European who acts and converted into Judaism and thinks he's a Jew.
Are you
Okay,
guys okay?
I don't know. You've never met me. You don't know anything about me. You just
He's a Jew. He's a Jew. His mother's a Jew. He's a Jew. But he doesn't speak. He doesn't speak
was a
Hebrew.
German from Nazi Germany actually.
He could
Let's
be
go
a
get to the
No,
facts.
he's a Jew. He's a French. I know he's
like,
Jew.
that's not the topic, Thug. Like, why we gotta stay on this?
No, I'm not staying on anything. I just was making a point to him saying let people use his Torah. The Torah's
It's
not
very
his.
beta.
All right, we can move on. It's
That's
fun.
the
I'm happy with whatever
colonizer
religion.
It sounds very emotional.
Whatever religion you have, I support it.
You just sounded very emotional, sir.
Very respectful of other people's
And
Lonzo, what's going on in here?
in any case,
Not your faith, El Nostrum.
Yes, I know my faith.
I'll contribute to the topic within the context of America. Jewish folks have like their categorization and classification as white has changed. There are certain periods of time in the country where they were not classified as white, and there were certain periods of time where they were classified as white, and I mean broadly. There was a time where certain professionals would not be hired, or they would, so they're like very famous Jewish intellectuals that taught at HBCUs, worked at black hospitals, and like world-renowned scholars, right? Because they couldn't work in mainstream areas. But in this current day, it's a little difficult, right? Because again, whiteness changes. It's not static. That's the thing. Whiteness is not static, and today, I think that most Jewish folks, unless you're like an Afro-Latino who is also Jewish, because we know that Jewish is not a race. Like, you can be a Yemeni Jew, you can be a Middle Eastern Jew, an Iraqi Jew.
You better be careful. Whoopi Goldberg got canceled for that. Be careful.
Oh, she did
Hold on. You can be an American Jew.
You can be a Puerto Rican Jew and be like mixed, like there are different races of people who are also Jewish.
And I've heard that you can be a Christian Jew too.
There are Christian Jews.
Exactly.
There are Christian Jews, and so my
Would somebody
point.
please tell this to the KKK because they're still going to build a cross in front of my house.
So
Wait, and let her land. And you see how you tried to dispel the fact that I said that they are Christian Jews?
right, there are Christian Jews, and so Etan. I don't know if I'm saying the name. Eitan. So we're Eitan. Sorry for the pronunciation.
No, it's totally fine.
But we're not remedial. So of course we we already covered the period of time when Jewish people broadly were not considered white. We're talking about broad. We're not talking about like hate groups, because hate groups are going to hate who they hate regardless to what. Right? But outside of hate groups, I'm talking about broad, like you can't get a job. Not like a hate group. You feel me? Like that was my point.
So if my kid gets bullied in school because he's a different background, and we can't get jobs, and we can't belong to certain neighborhoods and clubs and stuff, and the Ku Klux Klan wants to burn a cross in my house, that's not minority enough, right?
When was the last time that happened?
Yeah.
It happens.
Go take a look right now. They're protesting us in the Columbia University. I'll invite you to come come up.
No, those are protests against What's happening?
War.
They chase Jews.
Like,
They chase Jews with yarmulkes.
So the
how do you know that?
No.
But can I get a
I'll show you a bunch of videos of the Zionist Jews chasing Palestinians, cursing at them, spitting at them, doing all
Life.
All
The
right,
Tree of Life massacre was a hate
I'm
crime.
gonna start moving everybody
The Tree of Life massacre was a hate crime. Like I said, hate groups are gonna hate who they hate. But as far as the masses, like they say, mainstream, Jewish folks are pretty much considered white in today's mainstream America.
Many of them, most Jewish Americans consider themselves white or identify as white.
Not true.
It's absolutely true.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
Not true. There's no phosphorus on the census. That's another kind of erasure.
All of the Jewish folks that I know consider themselves white.
I don't know how many Jewish folks.
I know a lot of Jewish
But we're not
folks.
white. Okay.
I don't live in segregated areas. I know a lot of people from different backgrounds.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's a nice anecdote, but it doesn't speak to the Jewish community.
Yeah, but there's been censuses.
And it's subjective. So just because you talk to a few people and that's how they identify, that doesn't mean that all.
All right. I don't know what the
Yeah, but white groups like the Irish have been discriminated against too.
Etan, you know you're cool, bro. I'll bring you right back up. Dude, back up. Gotta right back up. Anybody else want to interrupt while I'm in the middle of saying something?
I'll just say this and close it, and I know I'll
bring you right back up, Queen. I mean, King. Anybody else? Got you. All right. So look, at the end of the day, I say this, right? There's a census, for that. Like most American Jews consider themselves to be white, and have identified it as such.
This is factually untrue, Lonzo.
Let me find.
Well, you see, like when I think that when people migrate over to the U.S. at some point, there was only certain boxes you could check. You could check black, white, and there wasn't even other box.
Pacific Islander and Asian.
I don't know what. I know now there's a whole bunch, but I wonder why that was in the Middle East. At least I know my ancestors. They didn't know what race was, that concept. If you go over to the Middle East and you say, well, what race are you? No, they say, where are you from? Where are you from is the question.
Yeah,
the race concept is not understood because America at that time was really the only country that introduced that concept. So I would want to understand why they introduced the concept.
So I have some data.
So many, give me 1 second. So many polls, right? Such as the Pew Research, right? According to the Pew Research Center survey, basically 92% of Jewish adults in America identify as white. 92%. That's not nothing.
But where are you getting this from, Lonzo? Come on.
I know.
What are you talking about?
Answer my question.
Pew? The Pew Research?
Yeah, put it in the chat. Go ahead. I can't believe somebody has the chutzpah to speak for another race. Never in a million years would I say, "Oh, black folks consider Haitians from here," you don't speak to our identity, Lonzo. You're stay in your lane, Lonzo. Stay in your lane. Seriously.
Okay. I'm gonna stay in my lane. In the chat. It's in the chat. It's Pew. Pew pew pew.
Okay, I did not take that survey, so we're all all.
Yeah, but you're not Jewish. You wouldn't have taken it.
Oh, but how do we know if we're Jewish or not?
You said you're not. You said you're Lebanese and non-Jew.
She's Catholic.
You don't understand my question.
Oh, so you just lost. You don't know what you are. I got you.
Okay.
One mic on the three.
It was fucking rhetorical.
Okay, got you. I got you. All right, so she's lost. All right,
Your attempt
Jeff,
to speak
you never
for
answered
us,
my
Lonzo.
question, by the way, and I like that.
I'm not. It's the Pew Research.
No, Lonzo. You do this all the time. Your attempt to speak
bro,
for us is you're out of pocket. You're right. You don't speak for us as much as you're obsessed with Jews. You don't speak for us.
All right, Nora. This is not me, bro. This is
you. Your lips are saying these words, Lonzo.
All right, I'll bring you right back up, bro. But look, all I'm saying is this is not me. This is the Pew Research, and it's in the chat.
Wait, did you put him down because he was Jewish?
Oh my God. No, we have you up here, and you're Jewish, Ann. What the fuck is happening? All right, just you say, I'll bring Dude up. Dude is also possibly Jim.
Lonzo, I posted the Pew Research article that you were talking about in the chat. You should probably post it in the top. Mm-hmm.
See, but they won't even read it. They won't even read it. I put it in the chat maybe 3 minutes before you did.
It's directly from Pew Research, not like Washington Post or anything like that.
Thank you.
Lonzo, do you need Pew Research to tell you that you're a black man, sir?
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Seriously.
That's a shame I'm doing right now.
No, that's not an argument. It's a fair question. Here's this man telling me who I am. Do you go to Pew Research? Do I put a link in the chat to tell you that you're a black man, sir?
Fox is right?
You can just look at me
it's disgusting, Lonzo. Give it up.
But Norm, you can just look at me and see.
They hate Fox.
Oh, just look at me. Okay. Just look at me, Lonzo. I'm a Jew.
Normal, nobody's trying to tell you who you are.
You're a white Jew. A white Jew.
You're just trying to tell him how to identify. You're trying to tell him how to identify.
There you go.
You're trying to tell him how to identify through ignorance. Through your ignorant comments, you're trying to tell him how to identify as a person.
I didn't say shit.
Yes, you did. You've been full of shit since you've been talking. And you're trying to tell a person.
Okay, first of all, I was about to curse him out.
Talking about, dude, come on, bro. Come on. You can't disrespect. You can't disrespect people.
Talk to me.
Did any Jew ever try to tell you what kind of a human being you are, Lonzo? Why do you do this?
Yes, a great human being. I get it all the time.
So did they ever tell you what identity you were? That you're black or Haitian or Caribbean or mixed or Italian? Huh?
They're synonymous.
Okay, well, Lonzo.
This research is not about you.
It's not about Jews?
It's not about you.
It's not
about Jews?
It's definitely
not about you. You didn't hear all the people in the room chanting, you're this, you're that, you're Polish, you're white, you're this, you're that, you're a colonizer. You didn't hear all that?
I said the Pew Research link is not about you.
Not sure what
Understood?
It's about the 92% of the Jewish sisters and brothers that identify as white.
Incorrect, Lonzo.
So maybe you're of the 8% that don't.
No. I'm a mainstream Jew.
See what I'm saying, Norm?
Time out.
Like literally, you're of the 8% that don't identify as white.
Incorrect, Lonzo.
But wait, Norm, did you
A large majority of sisters and brothers identify as white.
Did you take this survey?
No.
Oh, wait.
Okay, so maybe he's the 0.00001.
Despite your warping of the data, Lonzo, is there a box on the census for Jews? Yes or no?
Oh my God! And this?
The answer is no. The answer is we don't even. They erase our identity so much there isn't even a box on the census. By the way, that's changing in the next census.
That's what whiteness is.
Whiteness is erasure.
Yes,
whiteness is erasing people's identity.
Right. Yes, it is.
Okay, fine. I can't speak to that. I have no
Is there an Italian box?
What do you mean you have no interest in whiteness?
I have no
You don't know
interest
what
in
that
whiteness.
Is there a group
What do you mean you don't know what it is? You live in the United States of America.
It doesn't make
We live in systematic racism. There's white, there's black, and if you white, you have white privilege. What the fuck?
I said, what's a
No, I
Latino?
think we had
What's a
people
Jew?
discriminate.
What's an
Well, if you look at the last census, if you look at the last census,
What's an
a lot of the white Latinos are saying that they're white. Because what's happened is, if you looked at the last census, from the 1980 census, white people made up about 87%. The new census that came out, white people made about 67%. So what they're doing is, they're trying to add white Latinos in to bring up the white population.
What's
To keep the status quo.
What's an Indian? Are they
To
white
keep
too?
the status quo.
Pakistanis and Indians and Arabs? Are they white too? I mean, this is
Lauren,
nonsense.
you're so disingenuous. You know that you're white in America. You live in the United States of America. You're white.
Asian, Middle Eastern. You are European. You see it in your nose.
What's an Arab? What's an Arab? Which box does the Arab check?
Stop, please. You're poisoning the dialogue.
Which box does
I'm
an
pointing
Indian?
the dialogue by pointing something.
Resistance, you I know you're a good brother, bro, but sometimes like when you're having it, like certain conversations, it makes it hard when you kind of